Welcome to another episode. Here we have the Cadillac CTS V. As you can see, doing some work on the vehicle. Now this is a recurring problem. This is an 05 model year, and just recently the rear shocks started leaking. So they live right here in the vehicle. I've already removed them. Let me show you the problem. Now this is the third time, and actually I just thought of a fourth example of the drawback on these older vehicles. Now this is not specific for the CTS V. Just to give you production numbers, they made just under 9,000 of these CTS Vs in the first gen, 03 to 07. To give you a comparison, Toyota made 290,000 Camrys just last year. Here are the original 19-year-old, 128,000 miles. This is a German company made in the USA. Passenger side started leaking really badly. Within a few days, the driver's side leaked. These don't exist. Not even used can you find these on eBay. The other issue I have recently is the door check. Listen to this. You hear that clacking? And that door check needs to be replaced or repaired. The issue is they don't make it anymore. The starter that I did a few months ago, that starter for this vehicle, you can find them remanufactured, but new doesn't exist. So I purchased a brand new 6-liter, which is a newer version starter, which fortunately fits up perfectly. Fourth example is this vehicle needs a clutch. The clutch, they don't make anymore, but fortunately, because again, we are running a Tremec 6-speed manual gearbox, I can use a newer Corvette pressure plate, clutch, slave cylinder, all that fun stuff, and it will fit in this vehicle. The S2000 I had a few years ago, I was during the process of rebuilding that vehicle. I needed radiator hoses. Honda doesn't make them anymore. Interior components, they don't make anymore. So this is the drawback with older vehicles, and I prefer older vehicles. To me, number one, they're cheaper to buy. They're way cheaper to insure. I have this guaranteed value, and I pay for, I think, $600 for the year. High liability limits, and they have character, these vehicles, and they're fun to work on. You can work on them. The drawback are the parts. Finding parts are really, really, really tough. So that's the whole point I just want to make this video for. Because if you're someone like me, you watch the older Top Gears and you see those vehicles and you think to yourself, whoa, I can actually buy one of those today because they're affordable. Finding the parts, that's the tough part. For the engine and the transmission, typically you can get parts because they made so many parts with other lineups within the manufacturer, and you can find the parts. When it comes to the body, that's really tough. That's where the hard part really comes into play. And if you do find them, the seller knows that it's really rare and you're paying a lot of money for them. So that's the drawback on these. So very quickly, the only option I have for replacing these are coilovers, which are really expensive. I don't track this. This is just almost a daily driver I take around town. So I'm not going to purchase coilovers or KYB or Monroe sort of aftermarket. The problem is these are known as FE4 shocks, okay? That's specifically made for the CTS V. So the shocks live right here. We have the spring. That's also very specific. This spring is specific to the CTS V. And then the shock, very easy to remove. Took less than 30 minutes for both sides in this very small garage. But I can only purchase what's known as the FE1 shock, which is for the base 2.8 or 3.2 liter Cadillac CTS. Not the FE4 for this guy, for the V. So I have no choice. I've already made an order for KYB FE1 suspension. It's a softer setting. I don't have a choice. Now, once in a while, I'll probably jump on eBay to see if I can find these in really good condition. And if they do, maybe I'll swap them out. But just keep that in the back of your mind. So I know many of you were asking what's going on with the car. This is what's going on. I've been rather busy lately, and this has just been, I haven't been really using it that much. My plan is for the winter is certainly a clutch, certain upgrades. I do want to get a spoiler, have some fun with it and that sort of thing. So as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.